Welcome back. More than 700 arrested during a violent weekend in France. Protesters raging over the police-involved shooting death of a 17-year-old. French police unions making their message clear, saying, quote, "In the face of these savage hordes, calling for calm is not enough. All the options must be put in place to reinstate the law of the state." Our next guest predicted this kind of turmoil in Europe. Fox News contributor Douglas Murray is here to explain. Douglas, you wrote a book about this.
Yes, in 2017 I wrote a book called The Strange Death of Europe about the immigration crisis in Europe, the lack of integration, and all the problems you could already see coming. We'd actually seen disturbances similar to this, not as bad as this, in 2005 in the suburbs of Paris. But what we've seen in recent days is a whole new order, even for France, of disturbance.
And you're saying that based on the I guess, intelligent assumption that these riots are not based on this person's death.
No, I mean, as in 2005, it's a trigger. But as in riots we've had in the US, there is no reason if in this case, 17-year-old is shot dead by a policeman whilst he's joyriding in the early hours of the morning near a primary school. There's no reason to, as a result, go and, break the windows and steal handbags from Louis Vuitton.
Yeah.
There is no clear line there at all. What there is, and this has been the case for decades now in France, is a simmering resentment among the very large immigrant communities who believe that they are owed more than the state gives them, who believe that there is police racism, who believe that they are treated in some way as second-class citizens. Of course, the irony in all of this is so much of North Africa and sub-Saharan Africa risk their lives trying to break into France illegally. And then so many of them, once there, say this is an unfair country. There's something there that doesn't compute.
There's not a direct overlay here, but for me and our audience, I want to know, is there anything to be learned from or gleaned from this when looking at things like the civil unrest in our own country or the border in our country?
Several things. One is, of course, all sorts of other groups jump in and try to help the unrest get fueled once it begins, and that's definitely happening in France, as it happened here in the US. I think that the bigger lesson, the deeper lesson, the thing I tried to address in The Strange Death of Europe was a lesson which every developed country needs to think through, which is there are consequences to being lax about your border and immigration and integration policies. There just are consequences from it. People hate saying that. Immigration in particular is such an easy thing to just kick down the road. We've seen that repeatedly in America. It's so much easier to just let your successors deal with all of the illegals who come in. It's so much easier, the human rights groups and others all criticize you if you have strong border policies, and so it's so easy to just resist it. But as we're seeing in France, there is a cost. There is a cost down the road to having hundreds of thousands, in the case of France, millions of people who feel no allegiance to the state that they're in and, frankly, in the end, don't mind and, in fact, enjoy it when they start to burn the place down.
And I guess that's my last question here. Does France have the kind of political left and political right, one kind of taking advantage and the other one calling out the way that we do with some of these issues in our country?
To some extent, it's a similar debate. France, interestingly enough, they've been through so much hell in recent years. I'm thinking of things like the Bataclan attacks, the mass terrorist attacks in Paris, the killing of, assassination of a priest at the altar and the assassination of all the most prominent secularists in the country. They've been through so much that even the left in France realizes there's a problem. And that's a lesson for America as well. You can talk the talk on a sweet open borders immigration thing, but one day even the left has to face up to the consequences.
And again, what's the name of the book?
It's The Strange Death of Europe, and it came out in 2017, and I wish it wasn't so prescient.
I'll have to do some homework. I want to learn more about this. Douglas Murray, thank you so much.
It's a great pleasure.
Yes, sir.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.